All right. The big story, though, Rob, that we want to talk about now is in your wheelhouse. There's some cheating going on the diamond.
And I ain't happy about it, Chris Broussard. I'm going to tell you.
Isn't cheating a part of baseball, though?
Not this cheating.
Vaseline on the bill
cheating.
of the cap.
And this is the one.
The emery board in the back pocket.
I've seen it all. And trust me, the pine tar too high.
Stealing,
the pine tar too high.
Right.
And yes, do people try to steal signs a little bit, Chris? Look back, see if I can see the catcher, what he's putting down. You know it's hard to hit a baseball when you don't know what's coming. I'm not saying that automatically. It gives you an advantage if you know what's coming. If it's a curveball, a slider, or it's a fastball, it does help you.
No doubt.
So people can't say that. And here's my thing. It's official. The Houston Astros are the New England Patriots of Major League Baseball. There's no other way around it. This is not hearsay. You got former players, Chris, who played on the team who told you exactly what was being done. They're telling you there was a camera in center field getting the signs. They cheated. That 2017 World Series, which felt so good the first time the Astros had ever won a championship. Does it feel good today? No, it doesn't. Cheating doesn't feel good. And don't tell me, they cheat in baseball. They're always looking for the sign. Not like this. Not using electronics.
We're not sure.
Well, I'm talking about...
The story in Athletic said that they do think it's more than one team, that it's somewhat rampant. The reason the Astros do have a bad reputation.
They do.
Teams think they cheat. The Boston got caught in 2017.
Remember that? But this is the thing, Chris.
They won it last year.
What don't you normally see where players come out and put their...
you got Mike Fears, the former Astro, saying it was done. That's why they're the highlight of the story.
Right.
But other teams are suspected as well.
Okay, but my point is...
I think it's just rampant in baseball.
I'm not so sure about rampant. I'm not saying that they're the only ones who did it, but they got caught. It's like the New England Patriots. Everybody records the defensive signals of other teams. Nobody got caught. Nobody had to pay a $500,000 fine. Nobody lost draft picks. You know who did? The New England Patriots. The Astros are no better than them. That championship, it's marred. You smell like Chris? That's that championship. It's stinky now. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't feel good. There's no place for cheating. Major League Baseball has to look into this. They're only going to lose draft picks, Chris.
Right.
They're not going to take the championship, right? And a big fine. They won't take the championship away.
Do you think they should?
It would be unprecedented. You would have to go through all kinds of stuff. So, no, this is not like college basketball or college football where they vacate and make you take down the... I don't believe they'll ever do it because of the other ramifications with it.
Yeah,
does that mean that I get my money back if I pay?
Champions,
right.
Reggie Bush, we still think of him as a Heisman Trophy winner.
Regardless.
Yeah, so none of that matters.
But you see my point with them. If this is team set up electronically.
Right. Look, cheating, as you said... And this goes for every sport. If you're doing it with the human eye and you have no advantage over the other team, everybody's trying to get an advantage, right? Everybody's trying to get an edge. Technically, I guess you can try to say it's cheating. It's like if I'm playing you in basketball and I'm holding on to your jersey while you're trying to run over a pick. We're just trying to get an advantage. Yeah, it's cheating, but everybody does that.
But it's not
when you bring technology into it, then it's a whole nother game. That's almost like the equivalent of that same instance in basketball. I'm governing you, holding your jersey, and somebody up in the stands is shooting like a light in your eye so you can't see.
Right. Now, if somebody did that, you would be like, dude, you can't do that.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about, the Astros. And that camera that was set up, that's organizational. Do you think that somebody could just put a camera up without the organization knowing?
That's what makes me laugh about the Astros saying we're about to do an investigation.
What investigation?
You put it together.
How in the world?
You know exactly what was going on.
Did a player go up there and set up a camera? And then, Chris, you can listen to video. They found a video where they bang the garbage can loud twice.
Or they whistle.
So that you know what pitch is coming?
You know it's an off-speed pitch coming, apparently, when they bang the trash can.
You can hear it. I saw the video.
The Yankees complained in the championship series this year.
They complained
about hearing whistling.
And they're like, what is that?
Yep. Yep.
And so I'm down on the Astros on this. This is as bad as it gets. I don't know if this is the Chicago Black Sox with the gambling scandal.
Well, I don't think it's that bad.
But we don't know how big it is, and if there's an investigation, Chris, and they find out, what if other players own up or fess up and say, this has been going on, and it's been going on for 4 years, or this has been going on, and we did it. You know what I mean? You don't know in an investigation where you get people in a room and you start asking questions. There's some very moral people who, if you don't ask me, Chris, I might not say anything.
Right.
But once I sit down and I'm meeting with investigators, I might sing.
I mean, look, I believe that they were cheating. I really do.
Does that take away from their championship for you or not?
That's a really tough question. Yes, but what are you going to do? I'm not going to. Jonas Knox, who's on the show before us, he came up with a great line.
And I'm stealing it. Jonas Knox, the Houston Astros. That's what they are now. We're going to call them the Houston Astros.
That's a great line.
Right.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just don't know what you can do. But it does give you an advantage in a series that was so close, 7 games. I get it, but
I got a better one for you, Chris. How about the players, Altuve and all these people that everybody's ranting and raving about their team? Do I feel the same way about them now? How much help were they getting?
Here's what I'd say, and you say this, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you talk about the steroid era that we call in baseball, you say you would vote for guys, Barry Bonds, who again was never caught.
He never tested positive, right?
But you would vote for the guys that we know did steroids to be in the Hall of Fame, those that deserve it, because a lot of people were doing it that didn't get caught. Pitchers were doing it, hitters were doing it.
We know it, right?
So I'm not avoiding your question, but I would want to know.
How rampant it is?
Thorough investigation.
No, I got it.
Yeah. And if
I've heard
70% of the league is doing it, I feel differently than if the Astros are the only team
or the
doing it. You know what I mean?
Because the Astros, the Red Sox got caught with that.
Yeah.
With that,
and then the Red Sox win the World Series the next year.
Right. And then the Blue Jays were there was also talk of the Blue Jays at one point 2 years ago. I remember that. But I get you. I get it, if it's rampant or not. But if you find out that the Astros have had this elaborate thing and this has been going on, it changes the way you look at them. They don't have to give the trophy back and all that. But I'll look at them and go, I'm not. Their story doesn't feel as good to me.
No, it certainly doesn't feel as good. But I'll say this too: if it's proven that they didn't cheat this year, and we had a caller say this once before. One way that you overcome the stigma that you cheated before is by winning when you don't cheat. So New England, we assume, has not been cheating, and they've won.
But you got to be careful. I know what you're saying.
We can only know call them cheaters if we know they cheated.
I understand that.
So they haven't been cheating, we presume, the last several years.
You mean
and obviously they keep winning.
Not since
Deflategate. And they keep winning. And even in that that game, right? When the second half they rolled over Indianapolis. But with the Astros, if they didn't cheat at all this year, that makes you feel a little differently about the players mentioned, because they still played well.
And what happened? They struggled hitting. You remember that this year?
They struggled hitting at home.
Yes, it was a big
but supposedly
struggle.
They only cheated at home,
right? No, but
they lost all the games at home and then hit well on the road.
But maybe they weren't. I'm saying if they weren't getting the signals this year at home like they did in 2017, maybe that's the reason that they weren't as. But
they hit better on the road, too, with no signs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
No cheating. But
not as great as they had been in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Remember, they won 60 games at home this year.
Right.
That's a great record, 60 home wins.
No question. The Houston Astros have been exposed. Are they the Patriots of Major League Baseball?
Absolutely they are.
Here's one big difference, though. They're not as good as the Patriots. The Patriots win regularly. 6, Rob Parker, count them, 6
over the course of 25 years.
9 appearances.
Stop it.
Astros got 1 World Series championship in their career.
Let's get it started with Amir in Philadelphia. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Amir?
Yeah, what's up, Goat?
What's happening? You thought that was me. He was
talking to me. He knows what he's talking to. Go ahead, Amir.
No, actually, both of you guys are goats. You guys are well respected and well accomplished in your jobs. But I got to disagree because the Patriots They haven't been caught cheating once. It's been numerous times. Don't put
Twice.
Listen.
Twice.
No, stop it. Twice. Stop it, Chris.
How many times have they been caught, Amir?
Go ahead, Amir. Go ahead. Let him break it down. Break it down.
Spygate, Deflategate.
Chris, I'm disappointed in you because you're supposed to be a church-going Christian man.
Spygate.
Support cheaters.
What else? No, I don't support them. They got their punishment. They got their comeuppance, and now they're all right.
Brady isn't. So why is Joe Montana not the go in your eyes when he
Do I need to bring Ralph Irvin on? Montana admitted they sprayed silicone or something on their jerseys.
Stop. Go ahead.
He said he'd do the same thing that Brady did.
Amir, what else you got? Give me. You got some other situations?
Oh yeah, Deflategate wasn't the only one. It was Spygate,
right?
And then Spygate happened in 3 different Super Bowls. Like how can you just ignore that? It wasn't one time, and they did it again.
Well, they got busted, Amir. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. They got busted. And you can't live that one down. Bill Belichick got fined $500,000,
right? And
they lost draft picks. So they can't say everybody did it, Chris, because no other coach. That's the largest fine of any coach in the history of the NFL. Hey, Brandon in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Hey, Chris, you said earlier that a caller mentioned something about the Patriots. That was actually me. I called in a couple weeks ago.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was a good point.
But, yeah, no, I was basically just going to say kind of like the same thing. Like, look, the Astros, it's kind of tainted at the moment right now, I would say. But, I mean, give it next year. If they go deep in the playoffs or something like that, look, you know, they're winning without it. They're proving that they can do it without it. It doesn't come across as a big a deal. Like, same thing with the Patriots. You know, they've been winning since the so-called cheating.
But Brandon, would you agree though? It's one thing to look back and try to get a sign or a third base coach or somebody in the dugout, compared to setting up a camera and videotaping, or you know what I mean, or making a signal with a garbage can or a whistle. That's extensive cheating.
I will give you this. In baseball, it's way worse. I mean, you're talking about a guy telling you, hey, this is what's coming.
Oh, it's part of the game.
Right.
It's part of the game.
That's way worse than football.
But
I'll give you that.
The difference is that when you bring technology into it, now you have an advantage. If everybody's just working with their 2 eyes,
right, and
all
somebody,
that,
yeah, it's
equal. They're trying to. I mean, that's why you have elaborate signs with third base coaches,
because you don't want them to steal your sign.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a part of the game. But when you bring the technology in, that's when you've gone too far.
All right, Brandon, thank you.
Let's go to Mike in New York. Mike, you're on with Chris and Rob.
What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
You? My point is on this. You know, if I'm an athlete, how can I wear my ring and say I'm a champion when you know there was cheating going on? I don't care if it's the Patriots. I don't care if it's the boxer who put plaster on his wraps. I don't care in what sport. If you're cheating, how do you hold that ring up and go, look at this ring I got from working hard and because of my skill set? And
I think that's a very good point.
You know what, Mike?
That's a very good point.
And the point,
I would not feel good about that.
I told that to Chris, that once they investigate some of these guys, some guys might cave and go, you know what? We were doing stuff that we shouldn't have been doing. And then they'll.
Well, here's the only pushback I give you, Rob, with the steroids. Because the steroids era, that's the same thing.
Right.
You know that's really not you hitting all those home runs and all that stuff. But yet nobody has come out without being caught and said, you know what, I did do steroids.
No, and that is, you're right about that. But
so I think they're going to have to be caught.
Here's the only reason that's different. During that time, they weren't on the books, so you don't need to confess to. It wasn't like they were testing for it and you were masking it or whatever. They weren't testing. No, it's a technicality, Chris, but do you know what I'm saying? It would be like,
I mean, they brought dudes before Congress.
No, I know, but none of those guys tested. None of them tested positive.
Yeah, but my point is just that, like you were saying, some of the Astros might find religion and say, you know what? Yeah, we did cheat. They're only going to do that if they're caught. Just like the guys with the PEDs. They only admitted it when they were caught. Anthony in Australia, you're on with Chris and Rob. What's happening?
Down under.
How's it going, fellas? How are we?
We're good. The Odd Couple is large down there.
That's right. How you?
Huge. We love it down here. I love the show. I watch YouTube. I've got to go back to work really, really quickly, but I just wanted to say, big fan of the show. Love to see you guys on any show that you guys are on, including The Odd Couple. Listen to you guys every day. Have a great show. Have a great day. See you later, guys.
Thanks,
Oh,
my
man.
man.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate
Anthony.
that. Hey, it's The Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He is Rob. And we want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. You know, you can listen to us on the radio, and now you can watch us as well, and it's fun.
No question about it. And remember, oh, yeah!